Hi guys, before I go to work, I just want to show you how messy my room is. Uh, I am in Travelodge for now, and yeah, so sometimes when you go to work, like you cannot really choose where you want to go. As a travel nurse, it's always like that. So I have an accommodation that I rented personally in Uplands in Wales. And now I am somewhere in Wales that I have to work somewhere. And yeah, so as you know, there's a lot of issues now that like nurses who are agency nurses don't have any shift at all. Some are wanting to go back to NHS, which is really good, to be honest with you. If you know, with travel nursing, you cannot just like stay in one place. You have to travel a long, and you sometimes you cannot really choose the place that you wanna go if the like demand is quite low. It's like that, so you have to go somewhere else and then do the job somewhere else. So it's like we call it a gig. So if there is a gig somewhere, then maybe we need to travel where the gig is, because that's where the money is. There are people were saying to me like, oh my god, like agency nurses or travel nurses, they're in for money, they're not really doing the job properly. Actually, that is very wrong, because majority of agency nurses and travel nurses that I know of, this is a business. So we need to make sure our reputation is right. Like it have to be, because like who will hire you if you are not like in the top notch? You have to, and you have to like learn a lot. You're not just going to be stagnant and not reading, not learning about stuff. You have to, because like there are things that like I have a problem with my memory, short-term memory especially, obviously with my dyslexia and my ADHD. So I have to write a lot. And then there are things that like I have to learn something, so I have to love the topic so that I will be able to absorb it. And luckily, nursing is one of my like favorite thing to do, and I really love it. So even though if I work, there are many agency nurses and travel nurses that don't wanna work in a ward, especially if we are like ITU or ICU, we're specialized nurses. They don't want to work in a ward, but actually, yes, the ward is a bit like a lot. Like you will have like 12 patients, like hi, Mr. Nurse Elika. I wanna see you wearing your blues. It's been a long time. Hi, Bal. Miss you too. Congratulations on letting go of that man. You well done, girl. You're so brave. Anyway, so yes, there are lots of like issues right now, which is I understand what the NHS in Wales is trying to do. They try to cut back spending. And yes, we agency nurses were very expensive. And however, you can use and dispose us. We're like disposable gloves or disposable knife and fork, you know what I mean? So it is expensive. It's the way it is. So if you want to be a travel nurse, and then if you want to be an agency nurse, like be ready for change. And then it is a very scary thing to do in life, especially this is a very risky job. Aside from you get so many times I get reported with little things, and like also like if you report something, it's quite scary. Oh, thank you, Elika. So it's quite scary because people will say like, oh, like I really hate this like Filipino nurse, something like that, and then they would just like every like they look at and they watch you like a hawk. And then just imagine if you have that kind of person that really hated you. It's not hate, but it just dislike you because sometimes for some reason you will be in shit trouble. So, and I said, as an agency nurse, you have to be careful of like whatever you do. And then, yeah, so just, the job is drying. A few years ago, it's like this. And then it's not as bad really, but because, the NHS did like spend a lot of money during COVID, and they're trying to just imagine very scary that I observe. There's a lot of like nurses that we know that kind of like dangerous or not lazy, but that kind of like can be us kind of nurse, and then become band 6. Oh, I hope they're okay. I hope that they will have like band 5 who are strong enough to organize themselves, because the band 6 that they're trying to hire is like scary. Okay. So if you ask them something like, oh shit, is it be safe and all that kind of stuff. So it's just so scary. So, as a band 5 or an agency nurse or something, just cover yourself, because obviously as an agency nurse or travel nurse, like if the hospital have a complaint and then it's between you and a regular staff, expect that you're gonna be disposed, because they need to answer and they need to act something. So the only way to satisfy the complainant is to tell that one of the nurse will be is now temporarily or permanently removed from the trust or from the department. So yeah, so it's very scary as a nurse at the moment, because anytime they gonna fuck you up. So yeah, I'm just a bit like surprised that there are some band 6 that are a bit scary. I remember the time that when I remember the time when I was in Cornwall, when I was working in stroke ward, which is, I love Phoenix ward, is my home. I've learned a lot when I was when I first started in Phoenix. So Phoenix is a stroke acute ward, so we do thrombolysis in there and everything like that. And I've learned a lot from there, and I love there. If ever I have problems, or if I wanna go back to regular nursing, I wanna go back to Phoenix ward. That's it really. I wanna go back there, because it is hard to be working in stroke ward. However, it's kind of like kind of normal that you have to. I just realized I was wearing my badge. Like it's kind of like hard to like find a place that you call home. So yeah, it is really like, I remember, like I said, oh, I wanna work in A&E. I was told not you're not qualified yet. You need to have an experience, 2 years experience. You have to have this kind of qualification. You have to have this kind of training. You cannot go to A&E without knowing male catheterization. You're not gonna go to A&E without knowing about arterial line. You cannot go to A&E if you cannot learn like just simple venipuncture or like cannulation, because that's the bread and butter of A&E. However, it happens, and then now it's just like anybody can go to A&E, and I still love where my home is. Like I love stroke ward because it is my home. However, like being an A&E, having an ADHD, having a dyslexia, I think that A&E is my home. However, I will not, like, if I really want to have like proper hard work, you can go to MEU. MEU is, you can say, documentation is shit loads. But the people like the personality of the people in MEU and the personality of the people in A&E are kind of the same. And that's the reason why they're sisters. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go to work now. And yeah, so I just want to show you like my room is quite a mess. So this is the room. I paid about £35 for this. And then that's my bits there, like it's everywhere. So I didn't do anything there. So I have like my uniform, and then I have the pairs that my pants and my top and my socks is there. And that's my uniform down there, my shoes. I got my small, this suitcase is my husband. I got my tripod down there. And this is the catastrophe. So this is, what you call this one, my makeup and my necessities. So this is travel nurses in compact, which is not normal for me, but I think that it is necessary. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. Elika, congratulations, my love. I know, like, you know, you did really, really good. And yeah, I miss, you know who I miss? I miss the people of Marston Hospital, A&E, because they are my favorite as well. And then shout out to my friends and like my family too in Barnstable Hospital. Like they are my family. MEU there, A&E there, respiratory ward in Barnstable Hospital. I really like them. And then especially my Filipino friends and my family in Isle of Man. Guys, love you. Take good care. Thank you very much. Yes, we're struggling with shift, and yes, it is really scary time for agency nurses. However, we will survive. Just do the job. If there's a day text, don't get upset to the person that day texts you. Maybe you need to do something about yourself because they observe it, and maybe you need to change a little bit. And that's what I've learned. I think day text did make me a better nurse because I am more aware, and I was like, shit, I need to do something about it, you know what I mean? Take good care, guys. I love you. Alika, miss you, girl. Maybe we can have a coffee again. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye.